All right, Phil. Hey, welcome to week 3 of Pour It Out.
Pour it out, and we just poured ourselves a beer, so that was good.
Poured it out, yes. This is one of the beers that I picked up when Joel and I went and did our beer voyage.
Yep.
Down in New South Wales, northern New South Wales. And yeah, actually that was a great trip.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of rain, obviously, coming up and going down. It was interesting to say the least, with the amount of travel that we did with all the rain that was going around. We went out into Wandana, and there was water over the road there, and we were a little bit worried that we were going to get stuck in there. The assistant brewer wasn't able to get in for the day, so Rupert was brewing. He wasn't able to do an interview with us, so we were like, that's sweet. He gave us a few beers to taste. We dropped off some hiker beers for him. And then we went on to Common People. So we went on to Common People, and their brewers had left also to get their kids from school in case of flooding.
Gee, so a fair bit of rain.
And so Joel and I didn't get an interview there either. So we had organised with Rupert for Wandana. If we had time, we'd come back on the Sunday and do them on the way back. We had to go to Earth on the way back as well. Otherwise it was just a great trip. After there, we went to, what did we do? I drove out 7 miles.
Yep.
And had some beers with Matt. The other Matt Wilson also makes excellent beers. Tap room is massive. The brewery is huge. It's 21 fermenters, which include 3 or 4 brights, I think. Yeah.
So they do a lot of wholesale,
Yeah, they do a little bit of wholesale. Yeah, quite a bit over online as well.
Yeah, nice.
And then so that was Ballina, and then the next day we went from there to Yamba, checked out the Wobbly Chook. From the Wobbly Chook, we went to Sanctus.
Yep. And
they got a brand new brew kit in there, a whole bunch of new fun toys, which you'll see on an episode coming up. But it was pretty epic. They got a big distillery in there as well, so they do RTDs and whatnot as well. Really cool fit out. Fireplace was massive. Lots of places had a fireplace. Then we went down to Woolgoolga, where Charlie, who ex-Helios head brewer, to catch up with him and his partner Stacey. So Joel and I went out. We had Indian for dinner and went out with them. And then the following day we went to Coffs Harbour, walked along the breakwater. Joel held my hand, and then we went to King
Was there a nice sunset, or was it still?
No,
it was still cloudy and rainy.
It was still cloudy and rainy, man. It
wasn't an eclipse.
Wasn't a good. No, there was nothing good down there at all.
Didn't get down on one knee.
Whole weather was shit. No, I didn't. No, I was about to when Joel was up on one of the concrete things, but
what, looking at aeroplanes, or
he was looking at an airplane, mate. Oh my god, the entire time, he'd be taking photos. And he'd be zooming around, I'd be driving, and he'd like putting the camera around, and he's like pointing it, and as he's pointing it, he goes, "Don't move, I'm getting an artistic shot." And he'd be having the camera like right on my sunglasses, like so that he could see the reflection of the road, and he's there with his phone, and then every now and again he'd be like a little kid and just go, "Oh, a plane." The man is plane obsessed.
He is plane obsessed. So when did you go, like, this beer's amazing, this pale ale?
So Spangled Drongo. Yeah, we went in there, so first stop was Currumbin Brewing.
Yep.
Early in the morning we went up to Smokey's place at the farm, checked out the waste oil water heater.
Yep.
Which was excellent. And then, went and saw Brian at Spangled Drongo. They were setting up for a big event that they were about to have. Some sort of skate show, skateboarding as well. They had a full ramp in there.
Copying Hiker.
Way better than Hiker, mate. Had a big ass ramp going on. Yeah, kept going further south. But yeah, it's a good beer, isn't it? The Spangled Drongo Pale.
It's a ripper. I've never even heard of the brewery. So it's I'm really impressed with it.
Yeah, we just opened up maps and typed in brewery, and then we found all these breweries and where we wanted to go, and that's how it worked. So.
Yeah, nice.
From there, we spoke to who we could. We didn't, as I said, we didn't get to Common People, so we definitely want to get back there. The fit out there was amazing. We had pizza. They had a wood-fired pizza oven. That was excellent. I reckon I can't complain about any of those breweries on the Northern Rivers that we went to. They were absolutely excellent. Some highlights was this pale ale. There was a porter at Wobbly Chook. Which I could have stayed there all day and drank that. It was phenomenal.
Yep.
Sanctus, their hazy was great. I'm going to just go through all of them now, aren't I? As well. Yeah, Currumbin. What did I have at Currumbin? The Smokey will kill me. One of his hazies.
Yep.
He makes a good hazy. And Joel had the sour. We actually went back to Currumbin for lunch too. on the way back on the Sunday on our last day back.
Yeah, nice.
Wandana had a brown. So Wandana, they don't can all of their pilot batches or anything like that. They've got a canning machine, but you can't get growlers, you can't get any fills or any takeaways of their.
Oh, really? So it's just off tap?
It's just off tap. Well, you can, but not of their pilot range.
Yeah.
So it's only their core range of that you can buy takeaways and stuff.
Yeah.
Everything else, if it's on the pilot batch, then it's just a small batch. So
How big's their pilot system?
I want to say 500 litres.
Okay.
Yeah,
interesting.
Could be wrong.
Yep.
Again, the amount of information and stuff.
Information overload.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a really nice, actually strong Belgian blonde at Common People. That was good. That's not a person either. That was a beer.
It's interesting the whole pilot batch and canning, because by the time you get graphic design for artwork and all that, it's economies of scale type thing.
Yeah.
So that's where, like even at Hiker here, we sort of cobble together, using bits from our other cans to just for some of our smaller releases, because if we're only doing 60 cases of a special release, actually getting the artwork done just doesn't make it viable. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, and King Tide had a black IPA, which was really, really nice. Yeah, a lot of good beers. It was weird to feel that it was a break, because we were constantly just driving, going from one place to the other, setting up, interviewing, doing that sort of stuff. But yeah, it was excellent. I can't wait for the overview episode to come out. Joel's editing it. We'll also be, I'm not sure how he's planning on releasing them. I obviously helped with the continuity by saying, we were just at Sanctus. So he's going to have to edit me out being a dickhead, but that's his job.
Oh, that's his job. Yeah, that's what he's good at. So
yeah. And he'll make the places and he'll make me look good, which he always tries to do.
There's no filter in the world that could make you look good. So.
No, there isn't. and I'm more than happy to accept that. That's fine. Yeah, it's all right. Oh, I do have some other big news though. Mm-hmm. Joel and I are going to the ABVs.
Oh, nice.
So, Hendo, one of our mutual mates, but also one of Joel's and I mates, and he's been on our podcast, the Aussie Beer Voyage videos, heaps of times. He's shouted us both a seat at his table. He's booked a table at the ABVs, and he's given us a seat each. Obviously, we're not sitting on each other's lap, because we've entered Aussie Beer Voyage into the ABVs Media Awards.
Yep.
So, fingers crossed.
Yeah,
we get a mention at least. It'd be good.
I think you got a good shot.
I'd love to just go to the ABVs. I don't think anytime soon I'll be going down on works time, so it's good to just go down and see what it's like. I'd love to go down and judge at the ABVs. I've reached out with an expression of interest, but
it's pretty hard to get into. So just a few more years of experience and things like that. But I'll be in Europe. I'll be in Europe, so I'll miss the ABVs. So
you're gonna have to tune in online and see any results.
See how we go. Yeah, we've entered a few 4 beers, so actually 5 beers, but Wee Little in both pack and keg. So see how we go. And actually, even Hendo's taken a couple of our beers over to Korea for the Korean International Beer.
Oh yeah, nice.
So
you might shank a international medal here.
Well, we're hoping, like Wee Little was one of them. The other one was Twilight, which was one of his, 50th birthday beers. So, it'd be great to pick up another gong for Wee Little. Not that Korea is our target market, but
no, especially selling Wee Littles to Korea. But
exactly. But anyway, so it's so we're quite keen on that, and we've also. Wee Little's also been sent to World Beer Cup, so we've got our fingers crossed. That's coming up very soon. I think award ceremony is 24th of April. So so it'll be interesting to see how that goes on the world stage. So
looking forward to finding out how our World Beer Cup beers have gone as well. That I sent through. So nice. Before we get too much further, shout out our sponsors that allow us to do this. Bintani, Craft Punks Canning, Convoy Kegs, Rattlings Labels and Stickers, and of course,
Hiker Brewing.
Is it concern or Co? I remember.
Well, it
ages
is
before you
concern.
opened.
It is concern, but we just shortened it to Co because it was confusing people.
Yeah,
so,
I like the concern.
Yeah, so do I. So, but it is concern, but on the logo and everything, we just do Co. So
Yep.
So yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
otherwise
fair
it does confuse people,
Confounds
particularly when I look
the-
concerned. But you know, maybe not. But anyway,
Maybe not. Fair enough. My first thing off the cab of the ranks was the ABV Voyage overview, which we've obviously gone through pretty extensively. I don't think we need to harp on any longer. And the other one was media releases. So I just wanted to give a shout out if there's any breweries or anything out there that wanted to do a topical media release and you want us to read it out, or you would just like us to put it on our website. We're not media by any means. We're not trying to do anything extra, but if you feel that some extra eyes may be helpful, just send it through. ADSY, ADSY at AussieBeerVoyage.au. That's the email. Send it through.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's always good to get sort of those stories that not many people hear about. So
yeah, and plus, it's might just be another avenue for all of our 10 or 12 listeners that we got.
Yeah, I reckon we've got more than 12.
We've definitely got more than 12. I look at the stats. We got a few.
Yeah, nice.
Nice. Alrighty.
Let's get into some of the media releases. So the first one is Toowoomba's Four Brothers Brewing to sell the brew house in Toowoomba after unsuccessful expansion bid. So this is a bit sad.
It is a bit sad. So they've been a mainstay out at Toowoomba for a long time. I don't exactly know when they started. I think
it was pretty early on. I think it was definitely. I think it might have been 2018 because I definitely remember meeting one of the owners when he was dropping off beers for the Royal Queensland Beer Awards in the first year, 2019. So
I actually thought it was a little bit longer than that. I thought that they've been to a number of different locations.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, so what they tried to move into? So they're trying to expand, move premises, and sort of.
I'm not sure if they were trying to move premises, but I think that they were just trying to raise some money. I don't know the entire details of the article. Have you ever been there?
No, I've never been there. So I haven't been to Toowoomba in years. I've driven through Toowoomba, but never really stopped there. For any great time. So, but yeah, no, it's a shame because I think that is, like, for me, regional breweries is definitely the way forward. I think
it's kind of key to the market.
It's
isn't
key.
it?
It's key. Like Southeast Queensland, in the Brisbane area, like it's pretty saturated. So I think if you were going to start a brewery, if I was going to start a brewery again, I definitely would look regionally. So lower over, might have more expenses in travel, transport costs and stuff like that. But I definitely think things like rent on buildings and stuff would be a lot cheaper. So so, and also it just becomes, you can definitely make it like there's a lot of grey nomads out there. I know, like. Steve at Charlie's Creek's got his campground and he's building and hopefully be up and running with his brewery. So I think that's probably a smart model, like having campers there, and feed them and water them.
Well, it's also too, when you are the regional brewer, you become the community pub location watering hole.
Yeah, exactly.
And gives you almost unfettered market access.
Yeah, exactly.
If people local want to support local, they'll come around, and you got to make good beer, obviously. Yeah,
or just great northern clones, whatever. But I think you've got to have you got to have that, but you also and you got to be the personality behind the bar. I think that's a big attraction.
100%. Brewery and hospitality go hand in hand.
Yep.
I said that a lot over the weekend. Like, a good hospitality operation is important. And it goes hand in hand with good beer from the brewery side. They're two different businesses essentially. One's manufacturing and one's brewery.
So how many of them had their own kitchen, the ones who visited? So
they all did except for one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I definitely think that's the model moving forward. I think you've got to have, both the brewing and, the food. I think, that extra revenue stream and
I agree.
consistency. I think I think that is part of the key to
Well, people want to go out and know that they've got an option.
Yeah.
And they build that option into their minds of what beers they're going to drink. Like that option becomes, it becomes their regular. They go, oh yeah, I love that double cheeseburger that they do with bacon. I'm gonna get that and have my first beer with it, and then.
Well, what's your attitude? Because I've spoken to a lot of people here because we're we're going through council at the moment to try and get our own kitchen in.
Yep.
So. And then people go, oh, there'll be lack of variety. It'll be the same food week in, week out. Whereas they're sort of saying, oh, food trucks give you that, like the diversity.
It's all right. I think that spiel comes from food trucks.
Yeah.
Because do the food trucks have variety, or are they selling the same stuff every time?
Yeah.
You can do food specials with the number of things. Quite easily.
Yeah.
And if you've got a deep fryer, if you've got any sort of sandwich wraps or burgers, you can fill those with anything. Sauces can be up the wazoo. You can have one burger and 10 sauces and change that burger every single time.
Yep.
With the same filling. So no, I don't think that food trucks give you diversity. I think they give you stress. I think they give you pain.
They give you a heartache.
Yeah, 100%.
when they pull out at the last minute.
It was all well and good 7 years ago when food trucks were the only option that a lot of places had to get breweries going, and essentially then it was also a paired service. Food trucks relied on the breweries to get their name out there and to serve people, but now at the drop of a hat they'll abandon breweries.
If they get an event or if it looks like it's going to rain, they'll pull out.
And they sort of don't
not all of them.
Not all of them, no, but they sort of don't have that support. And for me,
there's no skin in the game for them.
I've got no qualms about putting in a kitchen and not having food trucks anymore in any venue because they don't support us.
Yeah.
In any way. And look, I get it. It's hard for us to attract people to our venues, and it's hard for them, but they don't even have a venue. They drive around and take advantage of that mobility.
Yep.
We don't have that advantage, so
yeah. No, I think for us it's just that extra revenue stream to try and reduce some of our overheads. Also, just in control of your own destiny, really. So
yeah.
I think it's really important. And yeah, as I said, we're sort of going through council at the moment. To change the DA to get that approved.
Yep.
So yeah, watch this space, I suppose.
Yeah, nice. Got a bit off track there, didn't we? But Four brothers.
Yeah, well, good luck to
them. Hope you do well. Hope
Yeah.
you sell and you get your money back. And yeah.
So the next one is GAB launches a 100k cashback campaign. So I thought this was a pretty interesting development.
Yeah, I thought we as brewers were getting some cash back.
No, but I think it's good. I think I think economic times are tough. Also, people are now waiting to the last minute to buy tickets to events. They're not buying early, so I think so this whole offer is about getting $20.
Yes. What is the offer?
So
what are the details?
$20 cash back offer, or like cash cards
that
you can use at the festival if you purchase your ticket before. I think it's the 18th of April.
That's right. Yep.
So I think it's it's just a bit of risk management in regards to the GABS organisers.
Well, they want people to come to their festival, and this is a way of ensuring that beers are going to be turned over as well. Like if you go to GABS and you got $20 included with your ticket, essentially, you're going to buy beers, and that gives you a leg up, as well as the breweries who are attending, as well as GABS, because they get the attendance. At the same time, I think it's a brilliant.
It's a good initiative.
Yeah, and. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to GABS this year. I don't know why. I just feel...
Because Hiker's there or what?
Hiker was there last year, mate, and we tried to interview you.
No, you didn't want to do that.
Didn't get anything out of you.
No. I was too busy on stage.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Really looking forward to this initiative, and
Yeah, no. So if you haven't got your ticket yet, you've got a couple more weeks before the 18th to get that $20 off.
That's
$20 cash.
9 days. 9 days.
days.
A week and 2 days.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sweet. So the next one is, people may have heard, I think it was early last month. I don't think it was late February. I think it was early last month. Golden West Brewing in WA, Subiaco. I've never had any of their beers. I actually didn't know they existed until I saw that they went into VA and whatnot. But they've been acquired by a company called Found Lab, which is another company which I hadn't heard of, but a quick look on their socials. They have a brew pub, and they do a couple of other things, but they're taking it over. So I'll be interested to see how that goes. They obviously see merit in the brand and merit in the equipment as well, probably. And it'll be good.
Yeah, I haven't really heard of either brewery, so it'd be interesting what they bought it for, as part of, was it,
Yep.
for a song? Was it?
Yeah.
As part
I don't know if that sort of information will come out too much, but
yeah, I don't know. Maybe through the, if it's through the VA process, or were they in VA when they sold, or did they get out of VA?
I don't know.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like otherwise, it may be in the docker. So, but yeah, no, it's interesting, and I think there'll be a little bit more consolidation in the market over the next little while. So, as companies going to VA, there may be opportunities, just like Catchment did with Ballistic.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see what happens, I think, with Black Hops.
Do you think anyone will buy Black Hops, or do you think they'll come out of it?
I don't know. Like, I'm on the fence. I thought maybe Good Drinks from Western Australia, like Gage Roads. I thought, because they were been sniffing around on the East Coast for a while, but I think, they would nearly merged with Stomping Ground and in there, and they were sniffing around in Queensland for a bit. But yeah, I just don't think the economic climate is really there. But if you can pick it up for a song,
it can depend on what you want it for too. Like you might want it for the equipment. It might be a brewery that feels that they're growing, and they can still deal with that amount of production that has, so they can keep the Black Ops brand as well as use the production space for some of their own brands to grow.
They're definitely
because the efficiencies of that BH2 site are pretty nuts. Like that canning line.
Yeah, they got a SMIC canning line. There's some good equipment there, and the brew house is a bit temperamental from when I was there. Always great trying to brew a hazy beer.
I saw some. Speaking of Black Ops, when I was up at Smokies, Currumbin. He's got GABS old original 50 litre mash.
Oh, really?
Ton mash kit ready to, like that GABS gave him when. He was starting out.
Yeah, nice.
Pretty old school Black Ops stuff there.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting. I don't know what's going to happen with Black Ops. I don't know. I've touched base with a couple of people I used to work with to see if they were doing okay, but haven't really, probed anything. I just wanted to make sure that they were okay, personally.
Hope that it comes out.
Oh, yeah, there's some really good people in any brewery, but, having worked there for about 18 months, met a lot of great people, and wish them all the best.
Yeah, nice.
So the next one is about hop water. What's your thoughts about hop water?
I've got two thoughts with hop water. It's been around for a while, so I don't think it's a product that is going to take off dramatically, because I think if it was, it already would have. But I also think it's a great product and it has its place. Dying. When I was at BrewCon, so I've had I'll actually go back even further. When I was working at Helios, I had the Land and Sea hop water. Is it Land and Sea?
No, Heads and Noosa.
Heads of Noosa hop water. And that was good. It was what it said on the packet. But then at BrewCon, I had the Batch Brewing Hip Hop hop water. I think that's the Hip Hop water. Yeah. Anyway, it was amazing.
Okay.
It tasted so good. It was refreshing. It was obviously non-alcoholic, which at BrewCon at that stage of the day I needed. But it still tasted like beery.
Yeah.
without being a beer.
Yeah.
It was excellent. I had quite a few of them. They ran out early through day one, I think.
Okay.
Because everyone was grabbing them. Because it was really, really good. If I was going to drink something non-alcoholic that was beery, I'd probably go for a hop water.
Yeah, I think I'd probably do a hot water over a non-alc beer, I think.
Yeah.
So I've only had it once or twice.
You and Dan ever thought of making one?
Yeah, we've actually discussed it, but sort of still not 100% confident in how to. Like, it sounds simple. Like just add hops to water.
I think,
but you've still got to put yeast in there.
I could
and
be
wrong.
Yeah, so the yeast is in there. You need some citric acid.
Yeah.
And this is what was on the Hip Hop Hop Water can as well. I think that they're using like hop keef or some other sort of hop oil product.
Yeah.
Not hops direct.
Yeah.
To get the flavour so that it lessens that vegetal.
Yeah.
But I'm the same as you. I don't know, but I would be very keen.
It's definitely on our as the can gets blown off the table. Barkeep.
Send us a beer, Dan. I said, send us a beer.
I don't think it's a massive market. I think it's pretty niche.
I think it's probably a good venue market item.
Yeah.
Like if someone comes into your venue and
yeah, exactly.
Is Daniel just walking over here with empty glasses?
Is that a space beer?
Yeah. He heard us talking about hop water and he goes, I'll give you hop water.
Yeah. Hello, PIO listeners.
Yeah.
What would you like me to pour you guys?
I'll just have a Horizon.
Yeah, I'll do the same. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, mate.
I've only ever had it once when I was working at Craft Beer Alley at Echo, because like Matt Kierkegaard, loves the stuff.
Yep.
He had it there, and I really enjoyed it. It was good because, not wanting to drink on the job, and like talking to lots of patrons, it was good. It was a good, refreshing. Gave you a bit of a lift.
Yep.
It's definitely on our.
I think I would rather drink that than soft drink.
Yeah. Well, it's calorie free, so it's like so. It's definitely I reckon there's a place for it, but it's just trying to work out where it is. We've got to do a bit more research on it. Yep. But just only so many hours in the day.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't think it's going to like explode for us. So, but it may be a good extra.
Yeah,
extra
it's
line.
one of those in-room products that you can offer.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, cool. So the next one I've got down is the eclipse in the US. So, thank you, Dan.
Yeah, it was a bit crazy.
The eclipse was huge.
What did they say? I was watching the news or something. A million people travelled to see it.
Yeah, they travelled to where it was called the area of totality, and that's where the moon was directly in front of the sun the most, and it was total blackout. And then outside of that, but this band,
it was pretty wide.
Well, it's like 184 miles or something, which is 270 k's. So that's a fair whack.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of breweries in there, and they've done a lot of like eclipse themed beers to drink on the time, and there was a lot of breweries also that did a lot of themed events that you could come and watch it at their brewery, but they closed the car park off and you had to buy tickets to come to get in and all that sort of stuff. And I mean, maybe America is turning into the Mayans.
No, it's definitely I think it's good. I think any sort of like those big events, you just got to be smart in regards to marketing, how you can actually make that work. Zyka, and that's in Austin.
Yeah, so a lot of it was in like Austin, Texas, and I think that's sort of where it was. Oklahoma, Arizona, Illinois. They're all the sort of places, if you can imagine, in America. You can go online and have a look at the list, but some of the beers, like
when's the next
Belgian style triple. There's a black IPAs. There's been, all sorts of cool things. So I think it's just a good excuse for a beer.
Yeah, exactly. And any excuse is good. So I'm just going to Google next solar eclipse in Australia and just...
Where are we all going to go? We're all going to end up on the Nullarbor somewhere.
Google's thinking.
So the world's longest golf course.
Well, because I remember there was a one probably like 10 years ago.
Yep. I think the next one in the US at least
20 years.
The next one in the US is about 40 years away, or maybe 20 years.
I think it was 20. I think I heard on the.
Yeah. Okay.
The internet's down here, so I can't get it.
It's working on my laptop, mate.
Oh well. I got an Apple or a Mac, so that's probably why.
Yeah, what's it? 2028 is the next solar eclipse for Australia.
I wonder it'll pass through,
including Sydney.
Oh, wonder whether we should start working out a marketing campaign for that. And beers and stuff.
Get ahead of it.
Get ahead of the game.
Ahead of the curve. Yeah.
That would be good. So,
awesome.
And then Fox Friday, they're opening up in Perth.
Yes, finally got their venue coming and open. Apparently it's been teased for a while. I don't really hear a lot of news from WA or from Melbourne for that matter on a lot of these things that are happening.
It's pretty good though for a
Tasmania
a Tassie brewery. I think it's good. So
so they're gone in the old Blaster pub.
Oh, okay.
So Blaster moved not far down the road.
Yep.
And they've done it up. They've moved the bar, changed a bit of the format of the layout. Obviously branded it up to be Fox Friday, and eventually, I'm reading the article, which is really cool. In each brew house of every Fox Friday, it's the exact same kit that they put in. So they don't go into one and they go, "Oh, there's a bigger space. We're going to make a bigger kit." It's the exact same brew kit that they put in there, so that the recipes that each team makes is easier for collaboration. It's easier to make the beers in each brew house rather than having to ship beers back and forth.
That's
and it allows each breweries to have their own also house beers as well.
That's a very interesting model, which is good.
Well, it obviously works for them, and I've had a couple of Fox Friday beers. I love them.
Yeah.
When are they doing a Brisbane one? Hopefully not in Salisbury.
Well, they could always just buy Hiker out for 100 mil. I wouldn't say no.
Everything's got a price, eh?
Well, everything's got a price, but it just depends, I suppose, if our brew kit's the same.
You might be walking out of your car park with your brew kit.
Yeah, exactly. But good luck to them, and I think it's good. Like the Tassie beer scene's been a bit underrated for a long time.
Oh man, I would love to get down to Tassie. Go and see Will Tatchell at Van Diemen Brewing. That would be my number one place I'd want to go. But 2 metre tall, I would love to go and check out those as well. Fox Friday, obviously. But there's so many places. Not even just breweries. There's a lot of distilleries in Tasmania. I'm a whiskey drinker, so I know a lot of distilleries down there as well. I would love to go to Tasmania.
I think I'm going in January for about 3 weeks, so which will be good. So do a bit of that. I've only been to Tassie once, and
bit of a jet setter at the moment, aren't you?
A bit of a jet setter, but only been to Tassie once, and unfortunately my daughters were at the national championships for Irish dancing. So
oh wow,
which was cool.
Yep,
but
you didn't get to see much.
Well, I didn't get to see much, but I was sort of the dad who would go, let's go to the pub, and then we'd have people like messengers going, yep, your daughter's on in like 10 minutes.
All right, gotta finish this pint of Guinness,
and then go back, sit in a room to diddly dip music for like 3 minutes, and see them after the dance, go well done, and then back to peruse some other beers.
Joe and H doing the Irish dancing, and I'm yet to see them do any here. Have you had them here for an event and I've just not been here?
No, they've retired now, unfortunately. So so bad knees. It's pretty taxing on the old body.
Is that
Irish
why
dancing.
It's only young people doing it all the time?
Pretty much, yeah, or very drunk people, one of the two.
I reckon I'm a pretty good Michael Flatley impersonation.
Well, yeah. Have you ever seen my mirror ball challenge video?
No, and I'm going to go looking for it now. If I find it, I'll put it in the show notes.
It was, yeah. Oh, it's so embarrassing. But it was during COVID lockdown, and so Joe was supposed to go to the World Championships in Dublin. So anyway, so the dance school, every family had to do a video of, the dancer teaching one of the other family member how to Irish dance.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I ramped it up a little bit. So I was sort of the wonder from down under.
Yeah. Okay.
And I had a completely different Irish dance style. So
oh dear.
I won the competition though. So that was fine.
Okay. Well, there you go. So you can. You should have Irish dance classes in here. I reckon people will be up for that.
Yeah, probably not on concrete, but anyway.
No.
Oh, we've got yoga starting on Thursday,
so
beer yoga, so that's pretty close.
Yeah, nice. Anyway, moving on. So I found a new beer style today, which is not necessarily new. It's from 2009.
Yeah.
But I did a lot more reading about it because I love weird and obscure styles, or styles that don't necessarily get showcased as much as some others, if that makes sense. And so I found this beer style called a Ukrainian Golden Ale. So the history with this beer is that they've obviously been brewing it for a while in Ukraine. The war in Ukraine obviously isn't helping get this style out, but last year in June it was recognised as a style in the European Beer Association of Styles.
Yep.
They're trying to get it recognised in like the Brewers Association in America and that sort of stuff. And there are some big differences between this golden ale and the UK, like the English golden ale, as well as the Belgian golden ale. The one thing that stood out to me that is often used is coriander as an adjunct in a golden ale.
I know.
I didn't even expect that or know that at all. Like, you look at the British golden ale, the Belgian strong, and then the Ukrainian, and they are all very different across the board. But the additives, coriander.
Well, it's only in the Ukrainian.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
Well,
and
that's going to polarise people already.
I think you see
either love it or
coriander
you
and
hate
people
it.
think coriander, but if you use coriander seed, because I brew gozers a lot, and a lot of gozers have coriander seed.
Yep.
And you muddle them up, so you crush them so that they release their oils. And the oils are very citrusy. It's got this really fresh sort of... It's almost probably similar to our finger limes. You know, finger limes have that like sherbety flavour.
Yeah.
The coriander seed has this like fresh zest without the pith sort of bitterness that you can smell. And but I'm really keen to taste one. When are you brewing one?
Hang on, we got to get through Adam beer yet.
If you guys want to see a Ukrainian golden ale, jump on Hiker's website and buy the Adam beer.
Well, we've only got.
It's not named after me. People keep thinking that too.
Exactly. That's
Adam beer is a style as well.
Yep.
It's from Dortmund in Germany. It's basically a strong, dark, hoppy, barrel-aged, sour beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, we're nearly through it. We actually just boxed a heap of beers for Beer Hug.
Yep.
We gave them 2 Adam beers just to move a bit of stock.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So just add.
It's a beer that'll last for 3 or 4 years.
Exactly. Just add a bit of value.
Yeah.
So, but I think we've got about 5 cases left, and probably like a keg. So we'll definitely put it back on tap at some point.
Yep.
But it'll last for donkey's years.
Yeah.
The
Ukrainian golden ale is like 2009, really, when it started. But it's for me, what I really enjoy about it, like reading about what it is. I can't say I enjoy about it. I've never had one, but the finish and body to me of what they talk about, as well as the malts, it just seems really, really nice. Like semi-dry with a lingering aftertaste with a fuller body.
Yeah.
It's a bit more full.
So the IBUs are not too bad, 15 to 30.
Yep, it's a clean strain.
Yep.
You use like a US-05 or something. Pale or lager, wheat with no sugar. So it comes out quite hazy. It's got this real nice, and then they got the coriander. is used.
Yeah,
so
okay. I'll put that into our production meeting.
yeah,
chaps.
if anyone knows of a brewery in Australia that has brewed a proper Ukrainian golden ale, let me know.
I think it'd be a good one to brew just with the war in Ukraine as well.
Yeah, well,
There's a bit of a
join
bit
our
of a fundraiser.
join our Facebook group, ABV Group Chat on Facebook. Jump on there. Let me know if there's a Ukrainian golden ale being brewed in Australia properly, because I'll jump on their website and buy it.
If not, we'll have to.
If not, you're gonna have to brew one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep,
Great.
You can call it an ABV beer. Maybe we can release pour it out.
ABV.
ABV.
Yeah. That'd be good.
We can put like the ABV right down next to where the ABV actually is and make it themed. Joel would love that.
So, but yeah, no, it's definitely worth exploring because we're always sort of with the 12 taps, we're trying to keep our core range quite low so that we can have a bit of diversity and like bring out obviously beers that sell, hazy IPAs, hazy pales, but also then have those sort of unusual beers that people can try and
can't always access because you do have the ability because you've got a smaller kit than a lot of other people and you can brew it, and people do come in here like you don't have wholesalers saying brew us this beer.
No, we run our own race here, so it's that's the way we want it.
Yep.
It's funny how many people come in and go, "Oh, you're going to get really big," and it's like, we don't want to get big.
We don't want to be big. We just want to be very popular locally.
Just want to be agile.
That's right.
And like making more beer doesn't make you more money.
No.
It's in our business plan. So
what I think is good about like what you guys are doing is that you do have that agility, but you also get to explore. So you guys get to get that knowledge through your own business plan of different beer styles and those sort of things, which will, I don't know. I hope it helps you grow, but
it's not necessarily.
You come in here and there's always something different on tap.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. No, and I think it also just helps our brewing processes. Like it's definitely. We've had a few curly situations in a few different beers, so I just think it makes.
Well, I was talking to Dan about your GABS beer that got brewed on the weekend. He said that was a bit hectic.
Yeah.
8:30 until 10 p.m.
Yep, it was a long day with 50 million people in the tap room on Saturday with 50 million kids jumping on the jumping castle. It may have rained down south for you, but it didn't rain here.
Oh,
and
really?
And they came out in droves, jumping castle.
Okay.
Emptying the nappy bin on Saturday night was not a great
rush.
Not a great experience.
No. But did the kids have fun?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. So everyone.
And you do that once a month, right?
We're going to do that. Yeah, once a month, Saturday, Sunday. So so it's good. It's just because we're fortunate we've got a big shed that we can do that without. If people don't want to, be near the kids or whatever.
Yep.
We're big enough to actually accommodate that. So I think it's a good thing. So yeah, nice.
But is there anything from you that
no, not
you
really.
didn't find in the news, but is something beer related that was quite interesting or anything? Or
I just think.
Oh, we got the Queensland. Well, we're not at the Queensland, but we've got the IBA meetup happening here.
Yeah, next Tuesday. So we've got that happening. So the IBA sort of, like Adzi and I have sort of been very sort of focused and talking a lot about the Queensland chapter. So it sort of has died and there hasn't been anything. So we're having a meetup next Tuesday at Hiker. Our sponsor the pod, but also they're going to put on pizza is Rowlings. Labels, stickers and packaging. So we're their local. So
thanks
like Brad and Paul. So shout out to them. So they're great guys. So we're just gonna.
And from the Facebook post that you shared, there were a lot of people that I saw on there that are keen to come, that want to come along, and I think it's important, and I would really love to get it going. And I think we're doing it the right way. We're in there, we're trying, we're getting it all sorted.
And I think, I know we've got ideas of what we would like it to be, but I think part of the conversation next Tuesday night is really going to be what do the people here want it to be? Is it is it education nights? Is it like let's try and
social events?
Let's try and do like, is it public facing? Trying to like put on a beer week again, like Brews Vegas, that type of thing. So we just want to sort of for me, it's more about a bit of intel in regards to what people want, and who's willing to put their hand up, because
Yeah, well, I'm 100% in. Like, anyone who knows me knows I've loved beer for as long as I can remember. I think I've said before, my first beer was out at the Dig Tree, the Burke and Wills Dig Tree, which was a VB because Dad took the wrong esky in the morning, and we'd walk 3 kilometres in the desert, and in the esky was a can of VB. But I never got afraid of the bitterness or anything like that, and I've loved beer since then, and I love craft beer, and I go everywhere that I can. I research that. Even when my wife's Vietnamese, I go back to Vietnam, and our trip is relied upon on me being able to visit the craft breweries over there while I'm there as well. So
nice.
It's
but no, I think the event is just the start, and then we'll just see what the appetite is, and what do we want to focus on? Is it?
Well, there's also the IBA Constitution and the new board of directors to be voted on. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening at the moment,
and that was pretty pleasing because the nominees for to join the IBA board.
Yep.
I think there was 11 all up.
There's 11 all
and
up.
5 from Queensland.
5 are from Queensland. So.
And 1 from Hiker.
Yeah, 1 from Hiker, which was you, mate, my good friend. So tell me you want a Queensland chapter without telling me you want a Queensland chapter.
Yeah, I was pretty stoked.
5 people from Queensland breweries stepping up and saying.
And that's the thing, like
they want to be involved.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I think excellent showing,
and I think that's really good because I think obviously 5 out of the 11 from Queensland.
Yep.
The current IBA board is very southern state focused. So I think the IBA is for everyone.
Yep.
But also I think. And I think a bit of diversity. So there's a couple of females on there. So Annalise from Matic.
Yep.
And I can't remember the other lady's name. I think it was from Black. I can't remember.
Oh, you've got me.
Narelle someone. So I think that's good because at the moment the sort of the IBA board is middle-aged men with beards.
Yep.
And I'm probably in that category as well.
Yeah, you are that category.
So was it?
Helen Black.
Yeah,
from the Coastal Brewing Co. down in New South Wales. So
yeah, so I think that's good, and I think diversity is always very important. So I think it'll be good. And that's the main. Like I think at least there's a lot of interest. I think it's not like the last person standing getting a Guernsey.
Yep.
I think there's a lot of passionate people in there with a lot of experience and knowledge. And different skill sets.
And we all love what we do, and that's the thing, right? We all love what we do. We want to see it continue. The IBA is pretty powerful. It gets to lobby government and have all this access, and by us supporting it and knowing who to lobby and what to do, sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees, I think, and there's a lot of work that they do that you don't see. It's in the background, but it actually benefits everyone, and it actually benefits people not even members of the IBA that get that benefit as well. So,
and I think and I think that's where it's good the overarching IBA, but I think the Queensland chapter is pretty critical. Like particularly breweries in planning, getting support, like people starting breweries who don't really have the network or may not have the network.
Well, I think too the southeast Queensland, like you go from the Sunshine Coast, Brisbane, and the Gold Coast. There are a lot of breweries within that area, so we do have an opportunity to make a difference just on numbers. But even just to come and have a chat and voice your concerns, even if you're not a member of the IBA, it's just a good chance to come and say, oh, hang on a minute. And sometimes that's what's needed. Like if you don't think your voice is being heard nationally, but you can hear it on a state level, then maybe that's the touch point that's important.
But it was also like even, I was talking to a regional brewery the other day. They were looking at doing a contract brew here. And, they're saying this is the yeast they use. And I went, oh, have you thought about this yeast? It's like half the price. And I went, same strain. And they went, Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just having that communication and like, tips and tricks that that one brewery does, and even like trying to, like a collective in regards to driving down prices on things.
Yeah.
Like, because prices are going up. But the only thing that's come down at the moment, malt's come down a little bit because they've had a good season, so that was pleasing to see. But even like trying to go, well, like let's work with somewhere and actually, try and get some economies of scale of all the breweries working together. But I suppose that's what next Tuesday night's about.
Yeah. Looking
to
forward
actually,
to it.
To work out.
Come along, 6 p.m.
5:30, I think.
5:30.
So,
So we're gonna have to get our podcast done and out of the way.
Yep, and then I've got to do a trail run, and then I'll be back. No, I'll have to miss the trail run because it starts at 5:30, so I can't be in two places at once. I stuffed up working out the dates, but that's all right. So that won't affect my marathon in Belgium at all.
Not at all. Here eating pizza and drinking beer instead.
Exactly, carb loading already.
Nice, mate. Well, unless you got anything else, I don't have anything else.
No.
Also, I do have one thing. At Ballistic, so we've got the 3-on-3 basketball competition coming up against Ether.
What date's that?
April 21st at 2 p.m. It's a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, nice.
We've got a basketball hoop. We haven't officially told them or anything. We've just called them out on social media and done all this.
So are they actually going to turn up?
I spoke to Mark today, their sales guy, and he goes, we're showing up. We're all nervous. They're not sure how it's going to work. They haven't seen the jerseys yet. So, let's see if they do. If they don't win, or if they don't even come, we win by forfeit. If they do come, then we're going to have to play them, I guess. We haven't even sorted our team out yet. But
Well, I think I'm working that day, unfortunately. So
call in Joe. Just come down for an hour.
Yeah, I think so. Or Dougal may have started by then. So actually, he might be working. So I'm definitely keen to go down and have a look and maybe sub in for either team.
Yeah, nice.
Probably do an injury before I head to Europe. But
you just totally want to be involved.
Yeah, I know, because you won't verse. We've got three people now. So.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
Maybe 2.5.
Yeah. So I'll help you close down your business by inviting you to my 3-on-3 comp. How's that sound?
It'll just be free beers for all while we're away.
Yep. Legend, man.
Maybe not.
All right.
Another good chat.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys, and take a hike.
See you next week. Pour it out.
Pour it out.
Pour it out.